Welcome to Gaming Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Omadrosphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Gaming Corp, Bryce. Wait, you're not Beckers.
I have a note here from Beckers.
Okay.
Himself. Dr. Beckers, we go way back. Great dude.
Okay, what's the note say?
It says, this is Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally didn't just find him on the street.
Okay.
He's a professional... what's that say? Professional developer? Professional developer, and has some experience running companies and a lot of business knowledge. That's what it says. Signed, Dr. Beckers.
Okay, so I guess you're filling in for Beckers this time.
Oh yeah, that was on the PS. He's filling in for me.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, last time we made 9 going on 19, a game about growing up and having your younger self travel through time to beat you up because you don't have enough puppies. Did Beckers tell you how that went?
Yeah, actually there's another line here. PPS, 9 going on 19, needed more kittens. So it actually didn't do that well, at least on the internet. People like kittens. Dogs are okay, but not the favorite, apparently.
Okay, well,
So it's kind of a flop.
We'll keep that in mind for our next game. Remember, if you have a game idea, you can submit it to us via the Twitter sphere by tweeting it using the hashtag GameMateCorp. Also, we've created a subreddit on the Reddit machine for GameMateCorp at reddit.com/r/GameMateCorp, where you can submit game ideas and discuss the podcast there. But
You have to wear a fedora.
okay, well, no, apparently. We got that technology. Or Reddit does. We make games here, so I have a game idea. It's called Life of Pi, the game. Now, I've never seen Life of Pi, and also it's P-I, not the one with the E. That's very delicious. That would be a better game idea than this, but this is the one I've chosen. Life of Pi. Now, I was walking through the mall once, and I saw the poster for this. And I saw a tiger and a boy on a boat. And I was like, that seems like a crazy situation. I bet that would make a great game. So this... Yes, it totally meets the requirements that the internet has desired of more cats. So you're on a boat. You play. It's a asynchronous multiplayer experience. One person's a tiger, one person's a boy. You got to be on a boat together, and you got to reach the other side of the lake with the both people in charge. Now, as I understand this is a riddle where you got to get a boy and a tiger and a boat, and you got to get them both to the other side without any of them eaten. And the tiger eats the boy eats the chicken. There's a chicken on the boat too. I didn't mention that. But you gotta not eat the chicken, and the tiger can't eat the boy, and then the boy can't, and the tiger protects the chicken. And I think there's also a giraffe.
Sounds like we got ourselves a classic arc situation.
Yeah.
Story arc, you know.
Yeah, both all of the arcs.
Well, specifically, maybe like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Is that involved at all?
Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, that one.
Honestly, anything with an arc is included in this game. And also, it's a crossover with the hit movie Waterworld, where the only surviving people are a boy,
a tiger boy.
Yep, a tiger boy, and you need to find love to win the game.
With the
Yes.
chicken.
with the chicken. It's a dating game.
Do you
want the chicken ending
rooster.
or do you want the tiger ending?
So the boy with chicken legs and tiger arms is looking for love
on the water.
On the water.
So that's what
Does he like pina coladas?
He's got mixed feelings. He hasn't found one he doesn't hate yet. But we're still workshopping that idea. Matt, was it?
Yeah. That's my name. It's Matt. Yep.
Okay.
Definitely Matt.
Do you have game ideas?
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I like to think about like space, from time to time.
Okay.
Man, the cosmos, how insignificant any tiger boy might be floating on this blue marble among the stars.
Very deep.
And then it got me thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a really cool video game. No Man's Sky, right?
Okay.
Because it's what I just described. It's about space. And that's basically it. And observing space, I guess.
There's a lot of it.
There's, a lot of water, a lot of not water sometimes. But
in space?
Then I was thinking, you know what else makes a great video game?
What's that?
Fortnite.
Okay.
So then I was thinking, what if instead of No Man's Sky, you had One Man's Sky?
Okay.
All right? You're following this?
Yep.
So you have 100 men dropping into a galaxy.
A galaxy, okay.
A galaxy.
Yes.
And the goal is to be the last one alive.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking this would be unprecedented in the BR space. Who's going to make a galaxy-wide battle royale? People are going to go, that's going to take years. And that's the point. You might die in real life before the match ends and you die in the game, probably, because there's only one man left.
Are we using the No Man's Sky engine where they are constantly generating new worlds and...
So that's the thing. When you get to the center, then you're just in the next game. That's like you made it to the lobby to the next game.
Okay. I figure... So is there a circle closing in on the universe?
No, it just exists.
No
circle. It's just there. You and a trillion planets and 99 other dudes.
And
One Man's Sky.
And one man's gonna win it all.
Yeah, One Man's Sky is another man's trash. That's what they say.
Do they?
I mean, I don't know. I was looking through some trash earlier, found this tie. So like,
and that's
there's good stuff out there.
In space.
You gotta look in the right spaces. Yeah.
Okay, well that's an idea we can certainly pursue, but while we're considering that idea, I have a game idea. It is a game in which you have been time traveled into the distant past, and you have to invent all of your modern technologies in a way that does not make you look like a witch or wizard.
How distant are we talking? Like cavemen or like Star Wars?
I think we'll have difficulty. Okay. I think we'll have some difficulty settings. That'll determine,
it's a legitimate question.
Are you going to Victorian Age? Are you going to Stone Age? Are you going to the 90s? Nobody in the 90s would have believed that you could have a whole computer in your phone or in your pocket, but we got that now. And
or grunge music, I guess that came out of the 90s, so that'd be the 80s.
Yeah.
You could invent that.
But you can't do it while looking like a witch, because then you get burned by the stake. Now, do you have any strategies? Should you? Okay, what's your difficulty, Matt? Where are you going? What's your?
So like I said before, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, probably the easiest mode because they have way cooler technology than we have.
It's gonna be set on Earth. This is an Earth-based game. Not all games taking place in space. Some of them happen on Earth.
Okay. But Earth is in space, to clarify, right? Okay.
I mean, sure.
I'm gonna go with 1864.
Why that time?
I think the Civil War was going on then. Not really sure.
Okay. And in the 1864, no one, like, there's so much going on, no one would suspect, like, a television being there. They'll be just like, oh, this is fine. At least he's not fighting for the other team.
I'm thinking like VR. You know, you just introduce VR very subtly. You're like, oh, this is like a, you know, this might work better in like World War II. You're like, oh, it's like a gas mask, you know, and then they wouldn't question it. Or if it was like, or if you go back to like Renaissance times and you get like one of those plague doctor masks.
Okay.
And you're just like, here, it's actually VR for your nose.
Yeah, except that like when they put on the mask, they see Job Simulator.
Yeah, and then they're like, what is this office life?
And then, which would actually be very legitimate because they would have no idea what to do in that space, and then you could invent the concept of an office to them.
Yeah, the 9 to 5, the 40-hour work week, you know, it's...
I feel like a VR is the most likely thing to get you, like, burned at the stake. Like, VR is the most, like, magic-like thing that we have.
I don't know. I've seen some cool, like those hoverboard things, you know, the jetpacky things. Those are pretty magic.
You've seen jetpacks.
Yeah, like the one with the turbine. Haven't you seen that? That's been going around on the internet.
No.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I haven't.
Ugh.
You live a very different life than me, Mr. Matt.
That's right. I called up Elon Musk and he was like, you know, we got this new thing. We took a rocket and we put it on a mouse.
What?
And that mouse is orbiting Saturn now.
Okay. Well,
you know,
good for them, I think, maybe. So I was thinking, okay. So obviously, like, Victorian age, you could probably get away with more. I mean, definitely, like, the Steam deal, people were making all sorts of stuff. You probably get by a lot with that. But, like, honestly, I thought about it. I go back to, like, Victorian ages. I don't know how to make anything. I could not, like, why don't you make a computer? Like, I don't know how to make a computer. I could not do well at this game.
Try typing in, like, google.com, and then you'd type in the search bar computer parts, and nothing would come up because neither of those things exist.
And also, how'd you get Google?
That's exactly.
So I feel like the only one I could actually do anything with would be like Stone Age and be like, oh, here's fire. I did that one. And then they probably would burn me at the stake because, like, fire, but also, like, how would they burn me? They don't know how to make fire.
When you put it that way, in perspective, if you just suddenly make fire, that's like you're wielding some scary magic shit.
Yep.
I mean, stuff. I don't know what the content rating is on this program.
It's 100%.
Okay.
I could probably make a wheel. They didn't have that. I could probably make all the shapes. I could introduce them to all the shapes, all of the colors. Bring it all at them. I think I'll wait for fire to be last because, like, they cannot burn you with fire if they don't know how to make the fire. So I'll take that from them. But I can give them a wheel and give them a square.
Just like
triangle.
Hand them a giant metal pole and tell them to go out in a thunderstorm.
Hey, there's electricity. I could just point to lightning and be like, that's electricity, and invented that. Ding, got one for me. That's how Ben Franklin did it. Everybody's like, Ben Franklin invented the electricity, and is like, nah, man, he just, like, electrocuted himself with lightning. I'm not sure that's an invention. Also, do we know that Ben Franklin was not playing this game and is a time traveler? Because he invented a lot of things really quickly.
That's a valid point.
And it's like, post office, nobody would have come up with that unless they're a time traveler.
I mean, I wouldn't come up with that now. Have you tried using a post office?
Yes. To send a letter and it went great. Everybody was happy.
I stand corrected.
Okay. Well, do you have a game idea?
Yeah. If there was one great inventor throughout history, I would think it would be the ants.
Okay. What have the ants invented?
They invented ant farms and ant hills and carpentry, I think.
Yeah. Ants were the very first carpenters.
They invented the strongman competition because they can carry like 20 times their weight or something. Science, People looked at that and they said, if I was as tiny as an ant, I don't think I could carry a beetle. But now I'm going to go try and pick up a car.
No, everybody wants to be an ant.
Confirm. Ants are great inventors, great builders. And that's really where we're getting with this.
Is this just the game about really wanting to be an ant?
I mean, I don't really want to be an ant because I think they're icky and gross.
Okay, so what's this game about?
I admire them and their ability to survive.
Yes.
Even when you spray water at them. Have you ever noticed that? You spray water and they all run away. And so like if you spray a circle around them and it's getting closer and closer, they don't know what to do. And then there's only one ant surviving at the end. And you realize that it was just a BR with ants. But they're really good builders, so it's just Fortnite with ants.
Okay, one, are you controlling the ants? Are you one of the
undecided?
Are you one of the ants? Are you controlling the water?
I like that you're controlling the water. I hadn't thought about that till right now, but I mean, it's kind of messed up though, because then you're just massacring ants.
Yeah, I was like, is this a game about torturing ants?
When the magnifying DLC came out, it really came into question. But prior to that, it seemed like a good idea.
So you select an ant, and then
choose your ant,
and then you have to take out the other ants without hurting your ant, and I guess.
But the ants all call you things like honey and sweet cheeks, and they pinch you and they kiss you and leave lipstick on your face.
Okay, is this?
It says Fortnite with ants. See, there's a typo there. There was supposed to be a U. Fortnite with ants.
Okay, well, this brings up a lot of questions. So the ants invented carpentry?
I mean,
do you just really admire your ant?
Yeah, great builder.
My aunt's a construction worker. She's very good at it, and I'm pretty sure she invented it. She told me once. It was great.
There you go.
So this is this could go. This is a game about pouring water on the sister of your mom
or dad.
And only leaving one not wet. Yes. Okay, I have a game idea.
I mean, it seems okay.
I have a game idea, and it's called Hangry, a mobile experience.
My aunt does make good baked goods, so that could go. Well, with this
she's not going to want to make the baked goods if she wants to succeed in this game, because as we all know, every person who does not consume food gets angry, and when you get angry, you get more powerful, as they do in the anime movies, where the man's all angry and then he glows in the colors and he goes roar, and then he punches good. This is a game.
One punch.
Never seen it. This is a game. Okay.
It's a lie.
This is a game It's a mobile game like the Pokemon Go's where you keep it around you all the time. You can never stop playing. And it's a fighting game. But your strength is determined by when you last ate. If you ate recently, then you're gonna be a real weak person because you ain't angry at all. You gotta not eat and get real hangry so you can win the video game and punch good and fight lots.
I like the balance here in the game because I imagine the less frequently you eat, the lower your health bar is, right? It's like if you eat, you have health, but if you don't eat, you're stronger, but you're weak, you can't take as many hits. So there's like a gamble to it.
Yes. Also, I do need to clarify that you, the player, the real life person, cannot eat food while playing.
Oh, it's an augmented reality game.
Yep. We'll have like when we'll have sensors in your phone while you're holding it. It'll detect like you got food in there, and then the game will be like, no, it looks like they haven't eaten a little bit. They get 10 strength, and then you can punch better than Mr. I just had a pizza.
Other than the lawsuits that are inevitable from this, I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. That's all I got. You got a game idea?
So I have the name of a game. I don't really know if there's a game attached to this.
Okay.
But if you've ever been on Google, I don't know if you have.
I don't think that was invented yet.
Okay. Yeah, in the darkest timeline or current timeline or wherever we are in space.
Yes,
If you were on Google and you typed in anagram, it would pop up and say, "Did you mean Nagaram?" And it would do that and laugh at you. And I thought, what a great text adventure puzzle game that would be.
Okay.
Nagaram. Did you mean Nagaram? And really, it's all about just deciphering words and a language you don't understand over time in a text adventure.
So it's a text adventure game, and all of the letters all flippity floppity. So you got to sit there and decode it all before you can figure out what you're supposed to type.
Exactly. As simple as that.
Be like, there's a mailbox on a hill, but it's like a nail block song.
Let's go with lab mill.
Yeah, sure.
X with an X.
And then you're like, well, I don't know what any of those words were, but I'm gonna go left. And then you get eaten by a Gru. But it says it in different deals that I don't know how anagrams work.
It's just the letters mixed up to make another word.
And then what happens?
Or a series of words.
Series of words.
Like Nagaram and anagram. Then you solve the puzzle.
And then what happens?
And you can proceed in the text adventure. And maybe the key to the whole game is that you're actually trying to nag a ram. There's this big old ram on top of a hill, and you've been trying to nag him the whole time.
Yeah, like the entire time you think it's an anagram.
Mm-hmm. But you're actually just trying to nag a ram.
Yeah, it's just a game about nagging rams. We'll get them. We'll call it Nagaram, an anagram puzzle game, but all of it's correct, and people spend the entire game trying to flip around. Like it has to mean something else.
Yes, this is perfect.
There's just a ram on a hill. When you just show up and be like, "You smell funny."
We have the AR tech, right, from Hangry.
Yep.
So like maybe we can tie in the two titles.
Mm-hmm.
And like the ram is actually the final boss from Hangry.
And you got it.
But you also haven't eaten, and you're angry, and you're going to nag this ram on this hill. And then all you have is your punch, and all that ram has is its ram head. And if you're powerful enough, you win and you get to eat the ram.
And then you get to eat again.
Yeah.
Because you haven't eaten in 3 months because you haven't played the game. Good.
That seems. I think we got something there.
I think that'll work out fine. You know who would love that game?
Who would love that game?
Waluigi and Wario. And you know what? People always paint these two jolly folks as the bad boys of the Nintendo universe.
Edgy, you know?
And I have come for a reveal. The Game Corp researchers have looked into it, and it turns out...
GMC research?
Yep, we did it.
Wow.
It was great. Everybody was there. We had a pizza party afterwards. We looked into it. It turns out Waluigi and Wario came first.
What?
And Mario and Luigi have been copying them. They are the evil twins. And this is a game about Waluigi and Wario trying to set the story straight that they are the heroes. Mario and Luigi have been copying them, trying to steal their things, and they just want their identities back. It's a game about resetting identity theft that the Mario Brothers have done. It's bad, and they stole it.
You're saying that Mario and Luigi are not who they say they are. They're just pretending to be somebody else to take the jobs of Waluigi and Wario.
That is exactly what I am indicating.
What about Wawa Luigi and Wawario? That was really something.
Those don't exist?
Who's to say? Who's to say Waluigi and Wario didn't just steal from Wawa Luigi and Wawario? The same way Mario and Luigi have assumed their roles and made them the bad guys.
Which one sounds like a more real name, Waluigi or Luigi? It's the Wal one.
I don't know.
Exactly. Like, Waluigi, real personality there. You know exactly what that man's about. Luigi, what's his thing? He's
afraid of ghosts.
He's just pretending. He's just trying to invent a personality that he's just like, oh, I just stole this guy's name, or like I changed some stuff around, and I mean,
he can't jump. He's afraid of ghosts. He sings to himself. He goes, Mario. And then he, nervously.
Yep, that sounds exactly what a made-up personality would be like. Well, Mario, he's nobody.
I don't know.
Like,
well, he does have the false confidence. Okay, now I think you're onto something.
I mean, like, yeah, but Mario, people are like, oh, he was a plumber. Now he's a doctor. Now he's a race car. That guy's just making shit up as he goes along.
He's smart, survivor.
I don't think any of his credentials are legitimate, and he's probably done a series of stolen identities all along, stealing all from Wario, who is a good businessman, just trying to get his money, and Mario just shows up and steals all of the identities and all of the good names.
You know what Mario is?
What?
He's a Protendssional. You know?
He's
a professional pretender. He's like, oh, I'm that thing. Oh, I can do that. You need someone to water your plants? I'm your guy. It's me. It's me, Mario. Oh, ho, ho. You know?
That is what he says.
Thank you for playing my game. And he says my game like it's not Wario's game,
Yep. And then what happens?
Then he gets all the credit.
He
gets to hang out in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Are you suggesting that we make a game about Mario stealing, pretending to do things?
Yeah, like he could throw his cap at things.
Okay.
And like possess them. Has that been done?
I think somebody did that. Probably not very good, but I think they did that. What
if he just dressed up and pretended he was someone else or sent there by someone in an official capacity to do something that he was completely unqualified for, and then it became completely apparent by the end of that said task.
Can you give me an example of what that would be like?
Like, if somebody was like, hey, I need you to do my podcast for me for the week, and you seem really knowledgeable, or at least I can write that down in a note and say that you seem really knowledgeable and that we've totally met before, and I didn't just meet you on the street somewhere random, and like maybe you should have fixed your hair before because you look a little disheveled, and you know that like you can do this. It's easy. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Tell me about Beckers again.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
How long
we've known each other for like 15 to 20-ish years. You know, went to doctor school together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how I got my doctorate in being good at game things.
Yeah. As
making corps, you know. Protendssional.
I do not believe you.
Oh, this is awkward.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's actually still a good game idea. So we are still going to make Protendssional, but I do not believe that you are a good representative of Mrs. actually?
Mrs. Lady.
Mrs. Dr. Beckers.
Right, so I said, she's great. I've known her for years. 15 to 20-ish, somewhere in that range. Who can say? I can't, you know.
Apparently.
Look, I know.
Well, this is gonna end it. We were making Protendssional, a video game.
It's a little pretentious of a name. We could probably come up with something better.
It'll be fine. So
probably Mario and then something, you know, Super Mario, whatever.
This brings us to the end of this episode of Game Make Corp. Matt, was it?
Yeah, that's right, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Where can people find you?
It was me all along. You can find me on Twitter at MattAPlays, on Twitch at twitch.tv/MattAPlays, or Instagram. That's another place on the internet, MattAPlays. You didn't know it was me though until then. You just thought it was bum off the street Matt. Wait, no, that's the opposite of what you were supposed to think.
Okay. Well, you can find me at Twitter, Last Geek, Twitch, Last Geek Plays, Instagram, Last Geek Plays, lastgeek.com. Well, it's been another great one, and remember, have fun.